This is very unorthodox for me. Anyways, hi guys, my name is Omar Hesham. I'm a 22-year-old nerd. I love anything that is related to being a nerd, whether it's video games, comic books, etc. But I'm not here to talk about myself, unfortunately. I'm here to talk about something that we face as students. Every single student here is going to face that, and even adults. But before I get into that, I want to tell you a short story. So, a couple weeks back, I told my friends, guys, I'm gonna be in TEDx, I'm gonna give a talk. I'm so excited. And because I have such supportive friends, they said, yeah, right. And they just kept laughing at me. But I still came out with that experience with something a bit positive. One of my friends gave me a video about TEDx and how TEDx talks usually start as just walk in, smile, and then you start talking. So that inspired me to look into a couple of other TEDx talks, and I found something that is really interesting, and I'm going to start my talk with that. Which is basically, I'm going to ask you guys a question that's going to make me sound like I'm very, very smart, and I'm very deep, and I know what I'm talking about, which I kind of don't know. So, the question is this. What is the one thing that connects every single human being to have ever walked the earth? Alright, awesome. The answer that I was looking for is failure. So who guessed that? Just raise your hands, please. Okay, who did it? Raise your hands. Okay, cool. Amazing. So, people that didn't, some of you might be just looking around saying like, why didn't I guess that right? What's wrong with me? Did the people that guessed it right, are they smarter? Are they better? But no, this is what I'm here to talk to you guys. This is what I'm here to talk to you guys about, which is failure. So, we always see failure as one of the worst things that could happen to us. As students, we always try to avoid failure. Every single day of our lives, right? But at the end of the day, you guys actually stop and think about what happens if you do fail? No? Alright. We'll get into it. So, before I start, there's just one thing that I wanted you guys to know. That a couple weeks back, again, I was thinking about my talk, what am I going to say, what am I not going to say, and I figured out something. That life would be extremely, extremely boring without failure. Okay? I know, this sounds like it's very weird, what is this guy talking about? But let me put that into context. What is 4 times 4?
16.
16. Did anyone get it wrong? No? Okay, a couple of people got it wrong. But it's fine, it's fine. The rest of you, you didn't get it wrong. You said like, it's 16. That's very easy. Did you guys feel like you were geniuses? Or you accomplished something? No, most of you didn't. And that is because you are not going to feel at what 4 times 4 is. But when we were kids, the first time we got 4 times 4 right, I personally felt like a genius. I ran to my mother and go like, Mom, I got 4 times 4 right. Give me a candy or something. I got 4 times 4 right. That's the thing, Failure is not something that we should try to avoid. We are going to fail in our lives, whether we like it or not. Whether you're super smart, whether you're not that intelligent, whether you're skilled or you're not, whatever. Every single person is going to encounter failure in their lives. What matters is not that we fail or not. What matters is how we're going to deal with our failure. Are we going to let it break us? Or are we going to roll with it? Or are we going to learn from it? So, the thing that actually hardwires this concept into our brain, that failure is something that we should all try to avoid, is a phrase that every single student here has learned, and every single student here is trying to work with, which is excel at everything you do. For students here, who here has heard that from either your teacher or your parents? Just raise your hand, please. Okay. Most of the students here. Okay, again, for the students, who here tries to work with that every single day, in every single subject? Please raise your hands. Awesome. Okay. Who here has ever achieved that? Excelled at every single little thing that you do in life. Alright, that's great. We got 2 or 3 people. That's awesome. Okay? But at the end of the day, which is not, I'm not trying to take away from your accomplishment, but getting straight A's in school does not reflect on life. Life is full of ups and downs. If you don't fail in life, you don't learn. Okay? Now, for the parents, instead of telling your children or telling your students that they should excel at every single thing that they do, why don't you try to tell them to do the best that they can at every single thing that they do? Make them feel that their best is enough. Because when they do feel that, they will give you everything that they have. And I'm telling you this from personal experience. My parents have been very supportive, and they always accept everything that I do. They always tell me that my best is enough. And this is why I've been working in educational programs for 6 years. I've traveled abroad, I got awards, and I'm very happy with my life. But also throughout the 6 years that I have worked in educational programs, I've seen a lot of students where their parents don't support them and their teachers don't support them. And it's ridiculous how many opportunities they just let it slip by. Because they feel that if they fail, if they don't reach their parents or their teachers' expectations, then they're not good. They're going to feel that they're not worth it. And I'm sure that every single parent and every single student, every single parent and teacher doesn't want that. But this is what comes off to us as students. So please, if you ever made your child or made your student feel that their best is not enough, try to change it. Because I promise you, if you make us feel our best is enough, that what we do satisfies you, you're going to get better results than you ever expected. Now, moving on. One of the concepts that I was thinking is that, people deal with failure in either a negative light or a positive light. And in terms of a negative light, there are two ways that I've seen students deal with it. Number one is they just take the easy way out. It's because that people tell them, you're not good enough. So for them, why would I put effort? Why would I try to do anything? I'm just going to take the easy way out. I'm not going to do anything with my life. And that makes them miss out on so many different opportunities. I was that student. A lot of my teachers were not supportive, and I felt like I was a failure. And I passed on a lot of things when I was in school. I was the kind of student, everyone here knows the student that is always picked last, right? Everyone knows that. I was not even picked. This is how bad it was. Alright? But when I joined university, I changed my group of friends and they were supportive. It actually made me feel like, no, nothing's wrong with failure. Everyone fails. So I'm just going to try and make something out of my life. And I did. I opened my startup, I traveled, I got international awards. I had a conference with a guy from Harvard and I got an award there. Compare that person to Omar that was 14 or 15 that felt that he's not going to achieve anything worthwhile in his life. Now, the other thing, which is something that could break students, and I've seen it break a lot of the students I've worked with, is being hardened. That they start at doing something 100%, they fail. They go down to 70, they fail, etc., etc., etc. And then they fall down to 0. And that could either have one of two effects. They're either going to feel that they are failures, or they're going to be angry at life. So, now I know for a lot of students, you guys love this, we're the victims of the system, everybody's against us, but no. Right? And I know that parents here might think that I was very, very biased, but here's the other part. We live in a world where everything is a button click away. Right? Who here actually cooks when they're hungry instead of just ordering food? Just raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is less than 20% of the audience here. Okay? In this age, we as students, we are just programmed, if we want something like that, we either order food, or we're either going to go on Google and get whatever it is that we want to do. If you want to paraphrase something, just go on paraphrase sites, and post, that's it. Right? I personally did that. But that's the thing. That makes us believe that every single thing in life, we can get it the same way. But no. In life, things that are worth getting takes time. And we need to understand that. To put that again into context, when I was 19, okay, I was like super bad to fitness and I wanted to get six packs, and I was so excited. I got workout programs, I got diets, I started working on my sleep patterns, and everything was great. 3 days in, I was standing in front of the mirror, put up my shirt, go like, no six packs? No way. No way, come on. I know this sounds like a very stupid example, but this is what we do as students. We put unrealistic time frames for what we want to achieve in life. And then when we don't get it, we're going to say like, I did my best. But no. Like I said, things that are worth getting takes time. Now, life is not all doom and gloom and everyone's sad and everyone's going to fail in life and oh my God, no. For me, I dealt with failure in 3 steps. The first step is dealing with my own failure. The first step to that is for me to recognize the fact that I'm human. I'm not a machine. I cannot get 100% every single time that I do something. And once you accept that, as in you truly accept the fact that you are a human being, that you are allowed to fail, things are going to become better for you. Second thing is, I actually start to think about why I failed rather than how badly I failed at what I'm doing. And for that gave me perspective. I've seen life in a very, very different manner when I started doing that. Alright? Now, this is your own failure. Okay? What about the failure of other people? I like to think that I am a student of psychology. I've taken a lot of psychology courses online. And there was this one concept that was very, very interesting one. It's called the negativity bias. Is that all social beings usually concentrate on the negative aspect of anything rather than the positive. Again, last time I promised, this is the last time I'm going to put anything into context, okay? That I had a student, that girl got 90%, 94% or in the 90s in 5 subjects. One subject she got a 70. And guess what? All she cared about was the 70. She didn't care about the 90s that she got. No, she only cared about the 70. And it's your responsibility as a person to help, whether it's your family, your friends, an acquaintance, just someone walking down the street, to help them see that no, life does have positives. Help them see other perspectives. Because they're not going to do that on their own. And trust me, if you do that, you're going to change their lives. Okay? Last thing, and this is for the parents, and I'm going to stress on that again. Please, please make your students, make your children feel that their best is enough. We as students, we go through a lot of pressures in life. I know that you do this out of the kindness of your heart and you love us, but our lives, this age, is very different from what you as students have been through. And you need to accept that fact and make us feel that what we do is enough. Now, the third and final step is to take risks. Most of the students here, you guys are what, ranging from 14 to 17, right? You guys don't really have anything to lose. And even if you do, take the risk and feel proud. You know why? Because there are very few people in life that actually try and do something while knowing that they might fail at it. So you take pride in that. If you're going to go and try a new sport, take pride in that. If you're going to go and join a student activity, take pride in that. Even if you fail. Because if you fail, you're learning. Other people, a lot of people our age, they're just going to sit home, play PlayStation, watch movies, whatever it is that they do that is not productive. Okay? So do not let that control your lives. But, last thing, do not take a risk when you go to a barbershop because, as you guys can see, you can turn your head into a perfect square the day that you have a TED Talk. But, last thing, and this is something that I promise every single person here. If you get rid of the fear of failure and it stops haunting you every single minute of every single day, the sky's the limit for all the students here. Thank you.